really exciting time in my life because you know how you'll understand, but as you go on in life, you'll say things like, I'll go anywhere the Lord leads me to. But then once you get settled in life, you almost don't have that option because you feel like you have these responsibilities or whatever. And I never wanted that. I always wanted to say, Lord, I always want to be able to pick up and go anywhere. So I refuse to get in debt, which is an important thing for you all to know now, before you start college. Indebtedness is lame. It is the stupidest thing in the world. There is, you know what, the reason why we can't send missionaries out, the number one reason is college indebtedness. And people that want to go to the ends of the world, but they didn't set themselves up so that they could. And so then they graduate from Bible college, they've got $100,000 debt, and it's going to take you years to pay that off. And so even if you want to go to the ends of the earth, you can't, because you got to pay back this indebtedness. And so I would just say be very, 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 very careful. And I was always raised to just don't have debt, you know, go to junior college for a couple of years, earn some money, and be able to pay things off so that you're free. And so that's really what we've done as a family, too. I always just made sure, you know, wherever we lived, and I didn't have any debt, and I could just take off. And that sometimes means you live out, you know, basically with nothing. And I remember, you know, getting married, and, you know, we didn't have a kitchen table. You know, friends would come over, we'd just sit on the ground, and, you know, and seriously just eat out of cans or whatever. Who cares, you know? We didn't have, we used to go to Kmart, my wife and I, to entertain ourselves. You know, we each have like a buck or two. It's okay, we try to find the funnest thing we can do tonight. You know, we did paint by numbers, or, you know, it's like, but it's fun. You know, you don't care. I mean, you're married, and, you know, as long as you got a little food and, you know, other stuff. You just, yeah, it's just, but it's the whole thing. It's just like, but too many people, they get so excited, I gotta have this car, I gotta have this house, whatever. And you'll get those things, but then it's to the point where you're stuck and you're bound by them. And now if God called you to Africa, you go, sorry, I can't go. 1 Corinthians 7 talks about how, you know, for some people it's good to even be single, because the goal is undivided devotion to the Lord. For me, by getting married, it actually helped me be less devoted. I mean, not less devoted, but more free to go do what God. Because I was more distracted when I was single. You know, so I was like, God, I don't have a, you know, because I'd be preaching and I'd be checking out the counselors, and it was just like, wow, I'm gonna have to pray with her. You know, it's just being honest with you, you know, and so for me, it was when I got married and everything else, like, okay, now I'm set, now I'm focused, you know, I go on. But my wife and I have had that mentality of we want to stay free. And so now it's like one of the freest times where we just said, you know what, we say we'll go anywhere, let's let go of everything. So we have complete freedom. And so as we go overseas, we're taking our whole family overseas.